This video is an overview and pen test of the Clever Fox Wellness Planner. This Clever Fox Wellness Planner is in the A5 size, which is about 5.8 by 8.3 inches. I purchased mine on Amazon and it cost $24.99 in US dollars. I got mine in the light blue color, but it comes in a multitude of colors. I counted about 13 on the day of this recording. All right, let's check out some of the packaging. This says Wellness Planner Premium Edition. It has a bunch of icons here at the bottom: set goals, eat healthy, exercise, track progress, stay motivated, and get results. I wonder what makes this the premium edition. I'm going to do a little bit of research on that. It says that this planner is used to help you stay focused on your wellness goals, develop healthy habits, be aware of your food intake, stick to a healthy diet, and live a healthier and more fulfilling life. All of that in one book. It has a little denotation here that this is the light blue color. Like I said, plenty of other colors on the website. And there's a little label here just saying this is the light blue cover. I see that this book has an elastic closure as well as an elastic pen loop, and that is in the matching color. I like this little foiled fox. It reminds me of my two dogs. This is my first Clever Fox planner, so I'm excited to get into it. I do like it when a planner comes with instructions, as long as those instructions are very brief. This is what they're calling their quick start guide. So this says how to use the planner, how to take measurements of your neck, chest, bicep, waist, hips, thighs, and calves. And it also explains that you can use those different measurements to calculate your body fat percentage, but it doesn't give you a formula for that. It just says there are various methods of doing that, or you can use a calculator online. I like this. It's informative, but it's very brief, and it seems very clear what they want you to do. There's some more information here on how to use this planner, how to set a target date and a reward system for yourself, how to establish your top goals. You can do up to 5 goals. There is probably a habit tracker here. We'll see when we get into it. And there is a weekly wellness to-do list to make sure that you're not ignoring other areas of your life. And there's a results section. So without further ado, let's just crack into it and see how it's laid out. This front cover is described as a faux leather cover. It is a nice smooth cover. And the paper in here is 120 GSM, which explains why this guy is so chunky. So when I got her in the mail, I noticed how thick it was, and I imagined that it had something to do with the paper. So 120 GSM, this puppy should hold up pretty well to the pen test. The first page is a blank white page that is, very, very thick. There is a title page here for Clever Fox Wellness Planner. There is a little section for you to write your name, phone number, email, in case you lose this book, as well as a reward. These pages are quite thick and substantial to turn and press down, so I wonder whether or not this book will lay flat as I move through it. The first page has your starting point, so it has your name and your height as well as your measurements, and these are the measurements that we reviewed in the quick start guide. So neck, chest, bicep, waist, hips, thighs, calf, weight, and body fat percentage. It also has a place for you to put your starting picture and a reward if achieved. You also have a little place to put your signature. Interesting fact, I'm reading this great book on behavioral change, and one of the ways they get doctors to change is to sign a pledge that they're going to be changing something about their prescribing practices, and they found that to be efficacious in changing their behavior. So there's something to like saying that you're going to do something, pledging it to yourself, and signing it. Opposite of that page, you have top goals. So you have goals number 1 through 5. You have a space to write the goal and then a space to write your why, so why you want it. And then you have 5 action steps. I'm getting positive feelings about this already. All right, the next page is a month on 2 pages, and you have a Sunday start. On the far left-hand corner, you have a narrow column for notes. On the bottom here, you have most important goals this month, and you have 1 through 4. On the right hand side, you have things I'll do better this month, and you have 6 categories: a health and fitness, a self-care, fun and recreation, body image, don't know what that is, personal development, and spiritual. So these are different goals that you might have for yourself or things that you might want to do better in the coming month. The next page is a monthly review, which is interesting because this is the first month, but you have another review of your current measurements versus last month's measurements. Again, a little strange because this is the first month that you're using the planner, at least theoretically. You have a place for your progress picture, and then you're asked to use a scale of 1 to 0 to see how you feel about yourself in these key areas. You have physical health, mental and emotional wellness, confidence levels, body image, stress levels, and happiness. This reminds me a little bit of the Moxie Life Planner and how you have monthly and quarterly check-ins, and you rate yourself in different life domains. And it even uses a similar circle to that, and it identifies different life areas. But starting at the beginning, there's this monthly review. It's saying, what are your biggest wins? How do you feel about your progress? Which life areas are lacking and why? And then how you will improve next month. And these 6 are the 6 areas that were in the previous page. So health and fitness, body image, personal development, self-care, fun and recreation, and spiritual. You also have a gradient here from 1 to 10, so you can fill this in. Again, really similar to that Moxie Life setup. What's interesting is that these 6 life areas are not the same as these 6 key areas. So this one, for example, has happiness from 1 to 10, and then this one doesn't have that. This one has like fun and recreation. So it's interesting that it's asking you to rate something on a scale on this side, and then this circle does not correspond to that scale. All right, after that monthly review, you have another 2-page spread for the next month. Oh, now this makes sense. So I bet that all of the monthly calendars are grouped together at the beginning here. So you have the same format here with a month on 2 pages. Then you have that same monthly review. These pages are actually doing pretty good at turning over and laying flat. So let's see how many months we have. So you have 6 months and 6 monthly reviews. After those 6 months, you have a 1-week overview. At the very top here, it says week of, and you have a space to write this week's main goal, and then a reward if you've achieved that. It has 5 slots for this week's priorities, and then things you'll do better this week in 6 areas. Now, I'm reviewing these 6 areas because it seems like their 6 areas change depending on what type of review you're doing. So this one for the week is health and fitness, self-care, fun and recreation, body image, personal development, and spiritual. You have a weekly to-do list. And then you have a weekly habits or skills tracker, and that runs from Sunday to Saturday. You have a place for this week's wins, which is kind of interesting because I would think that a weekly review would have last week's wins so that you can write that at the beginning of your next week. But this has this week's wins. So I imagine you would want to circle back at the end of the week and write in your wins. Then you have how I will improve next week, and both of those have 3 slots, or just the numbers 1 through 3, but 6 lines. On the right-hand side starts the daily pages. Priorities, rate your mood for the day, your energy level on a scale from 1 to 10, your activity level on a scale from 1 to 5, and how many hours you slept. You have a little section here for your weight, and you can check off if you are sugar-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, and there are also 8 water droplets for you to write down how much water you had. Then it goes into a pretty detailed listing of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as your snacks. It has a space for you to write down what it was, the amount, the calories, fat, carbs, fiber, and protein for that particular item. There are sections for you to add up all of your subtotals, as well as an area in the bottom left-hand corner for you to write down your activity, the duration, and how many calories were burned. You also have this interesting section in the bottom right hand side where it's just like a dotted grid space, but it's a pretty small space, so I'm not really sure what you would put there, but it's nice to have an open area in case you are tracking something on a daily basis. You can write it down there. Those pages continue on for 7 days. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and after day 7 you have another weekly overview, and that page is going to be the same as that first weekly overview. At the very end of the journal you have a results section where you can again take your measurements, put in a results picture, and you can ask yourself what other goals were achieved and what weren't, and how can I improve. That is followed by 12 dotted pages. Generally, I like a lot of note pages in the back of my notebook, but given how thick this planner is already, and it's just a 6-month planner, I think this is the right amount of pages. This is a really focused planner, focusing just on your fitness goals and more generally your input and output of calories. So this is a really focused planner, and I think that 12 pages is just the right amount for this type of planner. Before we do the pen test, this planner also comes with some additional goodies. So let's see what is in this back gusseted pocket. This back pocket does have a cloth tape gusset, but it's a more rigid cloth-like material and doesn't have the same kind of softness that you'll see in a more high-end journal. Back here you have a little warranty card. It says that there is a no hassle refund if you refund this within 60 days of purchase. There are also 3 sticker sheets. It has stickers for calories burned, for important reminders, some little affirmations like I am strong, I am the best, things like get fit, bring it on. So it seems like these stickers are specific to the wellness planner. Then there are these round stickers, and these also seem to be specific to wellness. Things like track calories, weigh in, work out, gluten-free, sugar-free, alcohol-free. So this is the second page of stickers. And this last page of stickers has to do with goal setting. So you have some to-do stickers, some goal stickers, some you can do it, or encouraging stickers, be stronger than excuses, and these are foiled. This notebook also has 3 bookmarks, all in different tones of the cover color. So I have a dark blue, a more medium blue, and a light blue. In playing around with the planner a little bit, it does lay flat in the beginning, middle, and the end. Now it's time for the pen test. For today's pen test, I'll be using the Pilot Varsity as my fountain pen, the Papermate Inkjoy as my gel pen, the Pilot Friction as my erasable pen, the Papermate Flare as my felt tip pen, the La Pen pen as my fine liner, the Crayola Super Tips as my bold tip pen, and my Sharpie as my Sharpie. I don't know why I'm surprised, but that is pretty amazing. We have pretty much 0 ghosting. If I squint really hard, I might be able to see a little bit of ghosting in the Sharpie in real life, but that's just because I know where it is. I'm squinting really hard, but there is no ghosting, no bleed through. Clearly, this 120 GSM paper holds up really well to any type of pen. So here are some general thoughts on this Clever Fox Wellness Planner. I think that I like the monthly and weekly progress and the goal tracking that happens when you're regularly filling something out. I do think it's a little bit of a knockoff for the Moxie Life Planner, especially on the monthly reviews. The reason I bought this planner is because I have a weight-focused goal for 2023. So I wanted to have something that was really targeted specifically at weight loss. But this whole book might be a little bit of an overkill. I think that potentially I could use a smaller planner to get all of those needs met. Even if I don't use this wellness planner, I am pretty impressed by the Clever Fox brand. This is the first Clever Fox notebook that I have reviewed or had my hands on. I love this little fox logo, and it feels like a pretty high quality item. It feels substantial when you hold it, and the quality of that 120 GSM paper can't be denied. If you're interested in some of my other specialty planner reviews, check out this playlist.